Can I say that I have always wished well to my right honourable friend, and my question is in this light. To say to her, I have deep, deep misgivings on reading much of this overnight, that there is a real issue with the way that we will be treated with the backstop. And I say to her that when you read this, you realise that we are locking ourselves in to an arrangement from which we seem unable, therefore, to have the sovereign right to withdraw. That seems to me to be the biggest single issue here, which strips away the one thing that we said when we wanted to vote for leaving, was that we took back control. So can I say to my right honourable friend, my concern is that we have the sovereign right when we want to leave the UN. We have the sovereign right when we want to leave NATO. We have even the sovereign right when we want to leave the EU. But we do not have the sovereign right to leave this arrangement.
Prime Minister.
I thank my right honourable friend for his, and he says that the references to the backstop do raise some difficult issues, and I fully accept that they raise some difficult issues, and I fully accept that across the House there are concerns in relation to the backstop. Indeed, I share some of those concerns. These have not been easy decisions to take. It has been necessary, as I explained, and it would be necessary in any deal that we were striking for our future partnership with the European Union to agree a withdrawal agreement, and it has been clear, and we wanted to commit to ensure that we delivered no hard border between Northern Ireland and Ireland. It has been clear that that withdrawal agreement needed to include this insurance policy. But if I may say to my right honourable friend, first of all, he talks about being held in the backstop. First of all, the backstop is not necessarily what will happen, because we want to ensure that the future relationship is in place before the backstop is necessary. Secondly, it will be a choice as to whether we were to go in that circumstance where there was an interim period needed before the future relationship came into place. We would be able to choose a preference between the backstop and the extension of the implementation period. There are pros and cons on both of those sides of the arguments, and there will be honourable members who have a belief that one is better than the other. There is a mechanism for coming out of the backstop if the backstop is in place, coming out of the protocol. That is a mechanism that does, and he's right, it does require mutual consent. It is for both sides to agree that. It is, and I won't make any, bones about that. But it does enable that backstop to be replaced in a number of circumstances. Firstly, of course, crucially, if the future relationship supersedes it. It used to be the case, it was the case originally that was the only point at which it could be superseded. It is now the case that alternative arrangements could replace it. But I repeat what I have always said, which is that it is my intention to work to ensure that such an arrangement is not necessary, and we are able to go into our future relationship when we come out of the implementation period.